The last time we tried explaining Bitcoin mining, this happened. We heard you. Let's walk through it again, simply, to make the bigger picture clear. Most people have heard that Bitcoin mining uses lots of electricity and some serious computing equipment. But what exactly are miners doing, and why does Bitcoin need them at all? Bitcoin is digital money that works without any central authority like a bank to oversee things. That sounds great, but it raises a huge question. If there's no one in charge, who makes sure people don't commit fraud, like spending the same Bitcoin twice? Bitcoin's answer is to use a shared public record of every transaction, like a giant notebook that everyone can read and agree on. Each new page records the latest set of transactions, and everyone has to accept what's written on it. This notebook is what we call the blockchain. But pages don't magically write themselves. Someone has to collect the transactions, verify them, and propose the next page. And that's what miners do. Miners are people all around the world running specialized hardware, competing to lock in the next page of Bitcoin's public notebook. The winner gets to add their version of the page to the notebook, and as a reward, the system mints them a bit of brand new Bitcoin. That's how new coins enter circulation, up until Bitcoin reaches its hard limit of 21 million coins. So, how do miners win? What exactly is the competition? Well, it's often described as solving puzzles, but it's really more like a giant guessing game. Part lottery, part frantic race. Each miner's computer keeps generating random guesses for a specific number over and over again. Every guess gets fed through a cryptographic formula, basically a mathematical blender that turns any input into a completely unpredictable output. This part is actually pretty easy for a computer to do, but we're talking a lot of guesses, billions, trillions per second. In total, the network is clocking in over 1 sextillion guesses every second. That's 1 with 21 zeros, and it's only kept climbing over the years. Somewhere in that chaos, there's a winning result, an output that falls within a specific range that the Bitcoin network accepts. Miners are just trying to stumble into it, not by smarts or strategy, just by sheer speed and a bit of luck. If that sounded confusing, don't worry. The process is rather absurd, on purpose. This method of reaching an agreement is called proof of work, precisely because it proves the miners spent real energy and computing power to earn their reward. Now, here's the clever part. The Bitcoin network constantly adjusts how hard it is to win. Every 2 weeks, it checks how fast miners are finding winning guesses. If miners are finding the correct answer too quickly, the network makes the game harder, a bit like giving everyone bigger dice to roll. If the winning guesses are taking too long, it makes the dice smaller again. This automatic readjustment keeps the flow of new pages and new Bitcoin steady at roughly every 10 minutes, no matter how many miners join or leave the race. All that guessing might sound pointless, but the difficulty and costliness of it is exactly what makes Bitcoin secure. Because miners have to spend real resources to win, it becomes extremely expensive to cheat. If someone wanted to change a past transaction, they'd have to redo all that work for every page since then, faster than every miner in the world combined. That's not just difficult, but practically impossible. So while mining rewards new Bitcoin, the real purpose of all that work is to keep the network honest, all without needing to trust anyone. Of course, all that work uses a lot of electricity, and whether that trade-off is worth it is another discussion. Curious what happens once all 21 million Bitcoin are mined? We've got a video on that right here.